Yes, that's right. I do remember very well. It's actually so hard every time. It was the same for Dishonored. It's so hard to come up with, and we have a process, but yet it's hard to really come up with something that you look at and you say, yes, that's something that we haven't really seen before, and it's gonna carry our identity, one of the pillars of our identity. And so I think the first time I felt that was with it really took a while, but it was with the meeting rooms actually, and I think it was shown in the art presentation. At some point you see this kind of like big boardroom. The table is hung by some cables, and the lighting, the everything together, the composition, the lighting, and the type of material that there was, and those deco thing that inspired by the Viceroy hotel, all came together, and then like seeing behind it, the stars and space, and that felt like, yep, that's the. I think we have something. Well, that's a great example of something that did surprise us. In fact, that's why we showed it at the QuakeCon, because I think like one of the level designer found it right as we were doing this demo. So, but there are probably some others. Then nothing came to mind specifically, but well, we did show a way to fetch objects in a way that is not really planned. So again, by pushing physics, because the pickups, they are real, like they're in physics in our games. We don't place them like an abstract entity that just disappears as you come close to it. It's actually an object that you can move around with. So this way we see in the demo where you the object is on the other side of an inaccessible part of the game, and you place a kinetic blast on the other side of it, and it pushes the object towards you, which is kind of a cool way to go around the system. To use the system in ways that they're not at all meant for. I think we say that because if we say open world, people imagine a forest of like 200 miles with caves and stuff. So the world is like to a different scale in our case. It's really limited to the space station itself and around it, because you can fly 0G around it and navigate, like take alternate routes to go from locations to locations. But everything is contiguous, so it's really one space. The same way you would in an open world, where it's all contiguous, right? Even if there are loadings at some point, but it's still contiguous. So it's the same approach. But I think the reason why we call it open space station is because of the scale, to remind people that I think it's to set expectation the right way implicitly, because open world really sounds like GTA or something, or Skyrim or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like huge scale, which is not our case.
Is it also kind of like, because it's more like three-dimensional as well, rather than just like a flat plane?
Right. Yeah. It's very vertical and very crafted. It has the craft of a game like Dishonored, but on a contiguous area.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the way you progress your character, I mean, there are different kind of pool of things that you can grow, and one is the skills, one is the alien powers. I mean, both of them are mixed in the same page. But then there's also something called the chipsets, which is like little augmentations that you put on your psychoscope, which is the device that you use to scan the aliens and learn the powers. And so and you can also put some chipset in your suit, so that I don't know, it's a little more resistant to this, or now you can your propulsion system gives you a little boost upward, for example, and so those you find chipsets in the world, and they're randomized, so they're a little bit like the bone charms in Dishonored. The skills instead, some of them are already there, all the human skills. Some of them you have to unlock with the psychoscope, the device I was talking about. So by studying aliens, you get information about them, like their weaknesses, their description, but also like you unlock whatever power that they have, and so then they unlock in your tree. And then, thanks to something we call the neuromods, which are objects that you find in the world, you spend those to buy powers and abilities. No, we wanted to support the largest type of. We wanted to support, what serves the best player immersion. So identification, I would say, in this case. So you might want to play a female because you're a female, or whatever the reasons you want to play a female, then it's there, or you want to play a male, same thing. So it's mostly for that, just for identification and flavor.
Yeah.